Hi, my name's Trevor.
Hi, I'm Eleanor.
And together we're Topocketer. And what are we going to be talking about today, Eleanor?
Today we are talking about our survival guide for children's book festivals.
And this one's part 2.
Part 2.
Of 2.
Presentation.
Which is about presentation, exactly.
And we're doing it in respect to our children's book called Gaudo's Gift.
Yes.
The Boovie.
The Boovie. And we're going to go quickly through 10 of our key points.
10 points.
All about the actual day, the actual performance. And let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is our part 2 presentation, survival guide to children's book festivals. And we're here at Barnes, which is in London, UK, with our book Gaudo's Gift, The Boovie.
Yes. So we had to think about how we're going to sort of bring it to life in our own little way.
Because it's not a print book, it's a digital book.
Exactly. And so I guess our first point would be your performance persona, which...
Point one,
which you can kind of see is we've got hats.
It's much easier to be someone else if you've got something else on.
Yeah.
So we wear our matching t-shirts.
We do, yeah.
I like green, he likes blue.
And yeah, it just helps as soon as you put on a silly hat or a mask. I've got my silly hat.
And it's also much easier to be sort of more confident. I've got an even worse silly hat,
yes.
So I have to look slightly ridiculous.
So as I'm reading the story, Eleanor dons our illustrations in the form of masks. So we've blown up our illustrations, and Eleanor wears the masks. We did try it with me wearing the masks, but I looked a bit creepy for the kids. So
and then as we go through the story, I whip that off and put the next one on.
You can see how speedy that is to whip that off to put on the next one.
And that in effect gets quite a lot of laughs.
Exactly, yeah, and it's a good visual thing, so to sort of back up your reading of the book.
Yes, so this is us really getting into it.
Yes, you
Trevor's
can see.
Terrifying that child at the front.
They're all looking a bit strange. Yeah, you really do have to kind of go for it. You either go for it or you don't.
Exactly, yeah, so, and the best way is just to do it. So here's some of the masks, as you can see. So that's Brendara in the middle. Oh yes, we do have a few more props, like the ancient law, which is a lovely scroll. Yes, and there we are again. There's my next mask on there.
Exactly.
With the balloons behind, and we do have sort of printouts of parts of the story as well. We go through.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you can see it on the stand there.
So there's something for them to look at, basically.
Yes.
And associate the verse with.
Exactly. I think we go through that a bit later, though. Jumping the gun there. But, yeah. So, and it helps bring the story to life. And, like I say, if you've got masks and stuff like that, it kind of builds your confidence.
Yes,
if you can.
It is much easier.
Have the paraphernalia with you. Point number 2, big stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, larger than life, and it really helps. I think we read out of I read out of this huge tome
because again we haven't got a print book, so we don't have the actual book. It's a digital book, so we've decided that it's a bit like Jack and Ori or something. So,
it is a little bit, yeah.
So we've got it sort of printed up in here, and go through it. Trevor, go through it.
Yeah, you can print it up nice and big, and even if you had an actual book, you could still blow up the image of your front cover.
Yes.
It just makes it larger than life, I think.
Yeah.
It's just a bit more interesting, and visually they can kind of see the.
And there's people at the back
of the
as
book.
well. Yeah, there's so many people. obviously.
Exactly. Any other big stuff, Eleanor? The chair.
The chair.
The chair. Well, we were lucky in this case, weren't we? Because this was at the Discover Centre in Stratford in London, and that big chair there happened to be just sitting around at the back of the room.
It was fantastic because all the children wanted to have their photos taken on there as well. So
exactly.
Good interaction.
So a good reading chair is another aspect of the whole big stuff thing.
Yes.
It's larger than life once again, and you get everyone's attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need a bit of luck, don't you? If the venue's got a reading chair, then definitely use it.
Point 3, book images.
Yeah, this is something else we did, and we sort of mentioned in the first bit, or we might have noticed in the first bit, that we have this, so just a music stand, and we've blown up some of the images from the book, quite big, so that we can get a chance to show off some of the illustrations. And
again, people at the back can see it. So it's up on a stand, so children at the front are sitting on the floor can see, and then so everyone's got a view basically.
Exactly. Yeah. So just to get another chance to sort of show the cover, and which is your sort of brand, if you like,
and it connects back to the shop or wherever you're selling it. Yeah. Your website.
And also you just get to show off your lovely images from your book as well.
Mm-hmm. And it connects through the story.
Yeah. Point 4, car horns.
Getting attention.
It's getting attention.
When everyone's milling around and you don't want to shout or...
There's obviously going to be a lot of nattering just before you start when people are sitting down and getting themselves prepared or whatever.
Yeah.
So
this is what we do.
You do that and everyone turns around and pays attention, and you don't have to cough loudly or excuse me, you can just...
But don't let it into a child's hands, because that's what happened last time at the end, and they're just the whole time.
Yes.
Point 5, preamble.
Yes, so this is what you say just before you start your performance or your reading.
Yeah, you need to get all the important information in before the performance. Because once you're done and you say the end of your story,
they all run for the door.
They all get up, and you might have loads more activities and information to give out, but they're sort of switched.
Exactly.
So everything you need to say it now.
Yeah, I think people just want to know as well what's going to happen.
Yes.
So it's good to kind of be clear, don't waffle on, but but yeah. These are some of the things, anyway, we've shown here that is probably important to get across.
Yes.
Well, very important. Top of the list. Name of your book, obviously. Then where you can buy it, how much it is, and then any promotions. It might be that you offer a special promotion for that particular
competition.
Yeah, for that particular event. You can say, well, because you're here, we can give you an offer on the book, or if there's a competition,
and then run through what your performance is and what you will be doing at the end, like if you're doing any activities with the children, or wanting people to sign up to your mailing list, or maybe watch the trailer, or just talk through different points of the book. So free stickers, always a winner. Collect your free sticker. So all this information at the beginning.
Yes.
Point 6, audience participation.
Yeah, so this is obviously some two-way interaction with the audience as part of your story, and that just helps people stay engaged.
Yeah, if they
feel part of it.
Yes, yeah. They might be actually physically listening out for the next bit that they're actually involved in. So if you've said...
keep their attention.
Yeah. If you said, when you see the trumpet,
or some such,
they'll be looking out for that. So it gets their attention centred on you a bit more.
Point 7, handouts. Yeah, so this is sort of the stuff that you give out, or you might give out to them
post presentation. Yes.
is best to do it afterwards because you want to keep their attention on the story when you're doing your story.
We've found in the past if you give them a piece of paper and like a colouring pencil, that's it.
You've lost them.
The attention switched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we hand out these activity sheets, don't we? So it gives them a chance to give some feedback on the story, which is kind of cool. So what you saw there, I'll just come back to that last one, is little rating boxes for each character, for instance. So they can fill out if they think it's 5 stars, which they should do. They can colour those in for the different characters. And
it's quite useful seeing, which the popular characters are.
Yeah, and we'll put a link to this actual handout, I think.
Oh yeah.
So you can actually see what we hand out.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, on the other side is the ability for them to start being creative themselves.
Yeah, making their own stories.
Yeah, it's good. Another thing to engage them and get their minds working and keep them interested and get them thinking about their own stories. And here we've just done a portrait frame that they can draw the character.
It's quite entertaining seeing some of the the heroes they come up with. Mr. Toast was quite good.
Yeah, Mr. Toast and Mrs. Toast. And then we use these attributes: strength, courage, and wisdom. So they could put in ratings out of 10.
Yes.
And we would sort of say like a lot of them wouldn't do it, but some would put 10 out of 10 for everything.
Yeah.
And then we would say, well, that doesn't make a character very interesting because a character's interesting when it's got strengths and weaknesses. So, and then underneath that, there's a chance for them to create their own story.
Indeed. Stickers.
Stickers, another thing we hand out is stickers. Kids love stickers.
Stickers are very popular. So we've got one of each of our heroes.
Yeah, so it's a chance for them to introduce them to some of the characters of your book. We have got the web address on there as well, so if these stickers actually do make their way home,
yes,
they might actually go look you up.
Yes. We find that quite often it's because we've made each character a sort of themed colour. They're going for the colour more than the hero.
Yeah, and also we found maybe don't just leave the stickers out.
Turn around and there's a little girl there that plastered.
Yeah, you will get someone who thinks it's funny to completely cover themselves in stickers, which is funny but expensive. Yeah. So have someone there to hand them out.
Yep.
Point 8, other activities. Yeah, so I think any other extra activities that you can do within your time slot, of course, really helps kind of extra engagement again, and it gives you
memorability as well.
Yeah, exactly. You get a chance to, for instance, as you can see here, we get the kids to come up and have their photos taken by their parents. You can see the in a inflatable frame with the masks.
Their choice of mask.
Exactly, and it's really, really popular.
Yes.
And we've sneakily put our #GuidedGift on the top of the frame. So hopefully that ends up in a photograph. Once again, it's another chance for discoverability, basically.
Yes, but if you can sort of actually say to parents, if you share this, can you use this hashtag? That's a good thing.
Exactly. The mask is a good thing as well because some people don't want their children on social media.
Yeah, immediately solves that issue.
Yeah.
And also that they're taking the photo themselves. So we don't have any of the photos.
No.
It's only a photo of a photo you see here.
So they have that sense of ownership of the photos.
Yes.
Yeah, and if they do use the hashtag, then that's an opportunity on social media to kind of reshare it and get some more from the event.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's extra activities. So hopefully you can think of your own as well.
Yeah, there's so many things you could do. We just thought Be a Hero actually keyed into our story, but there's so many other things you can be doing.
Point 9, post-performance. Yes, sign-ups.
Yeah, collect as many as you can. We've got this as a wonderful quill, no expense bird, of course, and
biro.
A little printout in the larger book we have.
Yes.
So it all looks good.
Yeah, it does. So that just makes it a little bit more fun. And the only little issue we might have is handwriting.
Yes, people's handwriting does get worse throughout the day.
Especially if they've been to the beer tent.
Yes.
Yeah, so sometimes if you can get them to print it, that's kind of good. Or we haven't quite worked it out yet, but maybe using an iPad or something that they can key in their name and email.
Yes.
That would probably be better, but we haven't quite worked that out yet.
Well, we haven't worked it out because you'll obviously need another person maybe to babysit that. You don't want to just leave it on the side. No. So, that's an ongoing issue. If anyone finds a good app, let us know.
Absolutely.
So the other
post-performance
is just talking about the book to people, showing them the trailer and just getting them sort of interested and excited.
A lot of people are really interested to find out who's behind it all.
And how we make everything as well.
Exactly. And it's a real nice chance to kind of get feedback, and it's a bit more of a two-way thing. So it really is important if you can make a little time for a chance to chat with people.
Yeah, and you're also talking to the whole family, so you've got the children and the parents there, and it's quite good to sort of interact with both.
Exactly.
So, Point 10, friends. Getting friends involved.
Yes, really important. You've only got so many pairs of hands.
Yeah, so as we've gone through this, we've sort of said you could do this and do that, the activities, the sign-ups, talk about the book, the trailer, whatever, give out stickers. Obviously, it all happens in quite a short amount of time if you're giving a time slot.
Yes.
And everyone wants your attention, so the more people involved makes things easier.
It does, yeah. And if they know what they're doing as well, make it clear as to what they're going to be doing.
And a photographer, of course, yeah.
And someone to take the photographs, yeah. And as I think we said before, it's of every different part of it, so it's the lead up, the performance, and all the little bits and pieces.
Interaction as well, yeah. Yeah, so have fun.
Yeah.
We had a great time actually, and each festival has got its different sort of feel. So, good luck.
Yeah, good luck. So, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you've got any questions, put them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to answer them.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay, so thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye.